So hello guys, so welcome to the third and final installment of the demo for the smart and dynamic accounting template. So for those that are just joining us, you ask what is the smart and dynamic accounting template? So the template is an Excel template designed by my firm, Tax Savvy and Pro Accounting firm, which is to help SMEs record, categorize, analyze, and present their financial records so that they can take meaningful decisions as regards their business. So it is also affordable and does not require internet. And it is also customizable based on the user's needs. So I've left the link to the first two video in the description below. So check it out. So just a quick recap. So the first video was just an overview of all the amazing features of the template, while the second video delved deep into the data capture features. So in this video, we'll be looking at the others data capture features, as well as the income and expenditure closure. And we'll check the result of all our data entry in the journal, the ledger, the trial balance, the P&L, the balance sheet, the cash flow statement, the capital allowance computation, and the personal income tax computation. And we'll also be looking at a glance the financial dashboard, which will show the headline figures for all our P&L and balance sheet figures, as well as the financial ratios. So please stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. And before I end this intro, I would like to thank all our viewers for your comments and contributions. So keep it going, and I promise you not never to let you down. So enjoy the video and stay tuned. See you later. Bye. So this is the orders data capture, the one that is being highlighted on your screen right now. So under the order data capture, we have several main categories under the transaction type: equity transactions, anything that has to do with the owner's funds, whether inflow or outflow. Then outflow for the business, when the business spends money. Inflow, when the business receives money. Trade adjustment, for example, return inwards or outward, and the other items. Control adjustment, movement between your cash and bank accounts. Adjustment for income and expenses. So those are the items we have there. So under the equity, for example, we have these three items: when owner ingests capital, when owner withdraws cash for personal use or utilizes inventory for personal use. So same thing, other items will have their own subcategories. So for the outflow example, these are all the items under the outflow. So we'll not dwell much on that for now. And after that, we also have the end of year closure of income and expenses account. So at the end of each month, you expect to close your income and expenses accounts and move them into your retained earnings. So this is what all of the items under the income and expenditure have been put here. And as we are imputing all those data, the closure amount will be displayed here. And once you click on the post button, all this income and expenses account will be closed and automatically move to your retained earnings. So I'm going to fast forward this stage of data input so as not to waste so much of our time. And after the data input, I'm going to show you the results of all our posting. So stay tuned. All right, so we are done with the data book posting for now. So let's see the result of what we've posted. So let's just simply go to the journal to see what we've posted so far. So here is the journal. So let me sort by the log dates or the timestamp so that all recent transactions will be displayed downwards. So today is 21st of March. So from this item downwards are all what I just posted. So the first item I posted there is owner introduced capital of 5 billion naira into the business, which is being displayed here. Then the next item is we purchased furniture through bank. And the next item is customer one repaid part of his trade receivables to us, 150,000 naira to be precise. Then same customer one returned 2,000 naira worth of our goods that we sold to him earlier has returned inwards. Then we withdrew cash from bank, sum of 100,000 naira, and we charged depreciation for our furnitures for 2,500 naira. Okay, did I mention about the furniture that we purchased for 300,000. So these are all the items. So everything was captured in the journal. So if we check the ledger as well, let's sort by the log dates so that all the items that we just posted now will be displayed at the bottom. So the first item here was the same capital. So let's see how it treated it. So it's the receiver, it debited bank and credited capital with the 500,000. For the furnitures, it debited furniture and credited bank. Okay. Then for the trade settlement, it debited bank and credited customer one. And for the return inwards, it debited sales and credited customer one, which is correct. And for the contra entry, it debited cash and credited bank. And for the depreciation, it debited depreciation and credited accumulated depreciation for furniture. So which all these are in order. So all these are also being reflected in the trial balance as we go. You can see all these items are being reflected in the trial balance. Let's check whether the trial balance is still zero. Yep. So the total debit is equal to the total credit. So the next thing we'll now do is closure of our income and expenditure for the month. So this is the portion for the closure of income and expenditure for the month. So let's input our month end date, which is 31st of January 2026. So I'm going to replicate all this downwards. So all these are all our income and expenses accounts, which has already been prefixed there. So the only thing that is not prefixed now is the amount. So of this amount column, the Smart Excel template has automatically computed the closing balances for each of these income and expenses. For example, cost of sales, the closing balance in the cost of sales account is 29,000. For the depreciation is 2,500. For what's this? 358,000. This is for the sales is 358,000, and the profit we made so far 126,500, which should go into the retained earnings. So what we just need to do is to close out this income and expenses account just by a click of button. Do I want to post? Yes. So it has posted them successfully. You can see all the amounts are now showing zero. So we've closed out for the month. So now let's check our P&L account for the month end. So these are P&L accounts. So you can see it automatically posted all the entries in the right places: the sales, our gross profit, cost of sales, the admin expenses, and the rest. So if you want to drill further, all you just need to do is click on this class 4. It will drill further and tell you what all these items are for. For example, the admin expenses is telling us here that it's for depreciation. So let me uncheck it so as to be a little bit neater. So this is our net profit, 126,500. So simultaneously, it has also updated the balance sheet for the month. So this is all our non-current assets, our current assets, like that, you can see it balanced. So the asset balance with the liabilities and equity. And if you want to view further, like I said earlier, you just click on class 4 and it will show you all the sub items under each of the asset type or liability type. So for example, under the non-current assets, we have the inventory, we have the customer one, and we have the bank and cash. So let me uncheck it to make it a little bit less cumbersome. So that's our balance sheet and our cash flow statements. So these are cash flow statements. So this the balance we have in our bank and cash account. So this cash flow statement is prepared using the direct method. So this is the balance we have in our cash and bank. So and this is the breakdown of how those balances arrive. So for financing activities, which is the capital, we received 5 million naira. For the investing activities, we purchased fixed assets, specifically furnitures. Then for the operating activities, these are the operating activities: cash purchase of goods, payment for carriage inwards, and the rest. So giving us a net amount of 4,895,000, which is also the same thing as what we have here, the balance of our liquid funds. So the capital allowance computation. So the only non-current asset we have so far is the furnitures, which is 300,000. So by the Nigerian tax act, a capital allowance of 20% per annum is allowed for furniture. So it has automatically computed it here. And let's check the personal income tax computation. So our profit, it's automatically posted our profits here, 126,500. And it added back depreciation here. And yep, so the total now is 129,500, which is our accessible profits. And then the capital allowance has also been imputed here. So it deducted this 60,000 from it, remaining 69,000. And then these are taxable income as at the month of January. And since it is not up to 800,000 yet, so the first band is 800,000, and this amount is less than 800,000. So the tax I will be paying so far is zero. So let's also check our dashboard. So you can see everything is being reflected on our dashboard automatically, has been displayed. Your net profits, your cost of sales, other expenses, your non-current asset, your current asset, and the rest, all being displayed, and your financial ratios, your net profit margin, liquidity ratio, and the rest, all here. So you can see it's all automated end to end. So this is where we are going to stop for now. So thank you for your time. See you at the next class. Stay tuned.